Hey, y'all, it's K-Lynne. Welcome back to Flippin' for Change. And I am with you today with a very, very, very late what sold in the month of June. Yay. I'm on the yoga ball as usual, and it's not going well because I'm a leg crosser. I'm a leg crosser. And that doesn't work on a yoga ball. But here we go. I'm going to be reading off my notes. I'm not going to be able to sit like that. Okay. I'm going to be reading off my notes. Y'all, have you missed me? Because I know I've been doing a lot of WhatNot stuff lately. So you haven't really just, got to get me. And yeah, here I am in all my absolute crazy train gloriousness. Choo choo. Anyway, I'm going to be reading off my notes. You are going to see everything right here, and we're going to get to it. So this is what sold for the month of June 2026. The first item is a faux pearl and braided leather choker necklace. This was not branded. This was an eBay sale. The first little section is going to be eBay. This sold for $12 and the buyer was all in at $19.21. I do like to tell you guys what buyers are all in at, because that kind of, I'm not a free shipping seller, but some people may be, and that kind of gives you an idea, if you're a free shipping seller, of what people are willing to pay for certain items, so you can kind of figure your shipping cost into that total. So that's why I always give the all-in price. Moving on. Next, we have, again, unmarked. These were silver tone earrings in a rising phoenix design. I don't even know what that is, but that Google Lens saves me all the time. It said these were Rising Phoenix. I posted them as Rising Phoenix, and that's what they sold as. $9.60. So that probably was either a sale or one of those. Sometimes I get in these moods where I'm like, I just want to move stuff. And these I've had for a long time. So that was probably one of those. It was probably on sale and I sent an offer, honestly. Anyway, Rising Phoenix silver tone earrings sold $9.60. $17.34 was the buyer's all-in price on that. This one right here, oh my goodness, so precious. I can't believe nobody grabbed this for Easter, but someone grabbed it anyway. This is a Douglas brand bunny plush doll. So precious. This thing was just so cute, and just the perfect little size for a little one to snuggle. Oh, love it. This one sold for $20 and the buyer was all in at $28.89. Again, we are still in eBay. I am one of those sellers who will sell the cheap stuff. Like, especially when I source things at like 25 cents, which these were. The majority of the things, when I go to North Carolina, that's when I do all my sourcing. These were a pickup last summer in North Carolina for 25 cents. They're Kim Rogers. They're just Kim Rogers Bermuda shorts. Nothing special. They were a size 10. And actually, they had a little staining on, like, kind of towards the bottom on the backs of one of the legs. And I disclosed that and put pictures, and they still sold. Not for a lot, $7.98. But this person paid $15.62 all in. So even for some little stained Kim Rogers Bermuda shorts, they were willing to pay almost $16. That's why I'll pick up the stuff nobody else will pick up, because these didn't take hardly any time to photograph, and for 25 cents to turn around, I'll take it. These are, two. On my paper, it looks like I put a Z. So I was like, Z Land's End? Like, these are Z Land's End. No, these are 2 Land's End quarter zip fleece pullovers, long sleeve, 2 fleece pullovers in the middle of June. I don't know. Anyway, they were sure large, tall, beautiful, beautiful condition. Like, I think they've been worn one time. Gorgeous, gorgeous fleece tops. These sold for $24 and that buyer was all in for $36 on these 2 Lands' End quarter zip fleece tops. Next, we have cut from the cloth. These were the Anna High Rise jeans, Anna High Rise flares. They were a size 14, again, tall. Y'all know, as a tall girl, I love to find those types of sizes. $26, all in for $37.55. Does anybody remember when cut from the cloth on eBay, used, would garner over $50? I do. Let's talk about Judy Blue for a minute. Y'all want to talk about Judy Blue for a minute? I was comping some Judy Blues the other day. $8, $10, $12. What? There are still styles that go for good money, but it used to be, on the whole, the brand went for good money. Now, no, it's just crazy. It's crazy. The reselling market has definitely changed. Back to eBay sales. This was a vintage Boyd's Bears monkey plush. He was, what do they call that? Jointed. He was jointed, and he sold for $12. That buyer was all in for $22.01. Crazy. Must have been on the opposite coast from me. Next up, we have a vintage banana appetizer dish. I labeled it as an appetizer dish / spoon rest, because I probably would have used it for a spoon rest. There was no branding on the back, but there was a mold number stamp, and it was stamped Italy. It sold for $14. That buyer was all in for $25.36. And that was one where they messaged me after and said, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I used to have this and it broke, and I've been looking for a replacement for years." Those are the sales I love to get once in a while. Next, a pair of men's Carhartt jeans. These were a size 40-32. They sold for $15, all in at $27.28. Another brand that has dropped a little bit in price. These were, I just have Carhartt jeans written down. I'm going to guess that they weren't I know they were blue jeans. They weren't the work, those camel colored work pants. Those still can garner a pretty good amount of money. But because y'all can see it, but I have to add it later. So I'm going to guess that these were just plain relaxed Carhartt jeans. I didn't mark on here what they were, but size 40-32 went for $15, $27.78 all in for that buyer. Now we switch over to abracadabra. Now Poshmark sales. On Poshmark, if you don't know, I'm not going to have all-in prices because they handle all of the shipping. This is a Manhattan toy company Stella doll. So this was marketed as a baby's first doll when they first came out with the Stella dolls. And they have a little magnet in their face and would have originally come with a little passy that would, stick to the magnet. I did not have that, but this went for $18. This one sold for $18, the Manhattan Toy Co. Stella doll. Next, we have, probably going to butcher the company name, but I believe it's pronounced Gorjana Zodiac necklace. This was Pisces, and on one side it was just gold tone and said Pisces etched on one side of it, and the other side was this beautiful mother of pearl with the Pisces symbol. That sold for $22. It was 18 karat gold plated. I felt like it should have gone for more, but I've had this for a while and was just happy to finally see somebody love it. This unbranded necklace and earrings set sold. Black and gold tone sold for $24, and I got a 4-star review for, they marked shipping speed, communication. They marked 4 things I could have done better, and I was sent it out the next day, and somehow I could have communicated better, even though they never sent me any questions or communications. But I digress. Let's move on. I don't really look at the stars on Poshmark, so it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like eBay feedback. Does it really matter? I mean, I think if you're in the low 90s or below, it does. But for the most part, if you're 97 and up, I don't really think people look at that. This, I've had this forever. This was one that I was so sad did not fit me. A Real Tree sweatshirt hoodie with, of course, I always have to have that kangaroo pocket. And then on the inside of the hood, you see that pink camo and then the pink camo Real Tree emblem on the front. So, so cute. I think it was a size medium, and that sold for $15. Continuing on Poshmark, we have this. Oh my goodness. This. Y'all, I can't believe I have had this for at least 2 years. I can't believe I've had this for 2 years and it hasn't sold. Like it finally just sold after 2 years. Pink flamingo stuff used to never stay in my closet. I guess, yeah, closet on Poshmark. Pink, it just doesn't ever stay around. But for some reason, this did. So pink flamingo, vintage straw purse with the bamboo handles, sold for $20. Next, we have another set of earrings. Yes. Oh, 2 sets. So 2 pair of earrings, vintage enamel on metal, beautiful cream and gold, as you can see. And one of these was marked Monet. The other one was unmarked. I think the unmarked pair were the shrimp styled ones. And then the little triangular ones were the Monets. And those sold for $36 for the pair. Next, another unmarked jewelry piece. Tons of unmarked jewelry pieces, but they still sell. You know, when they're cute, list them. Why not? We're just very, very simple silver tone interlocking circles and ovals. And it sold for $15. On Mercari, we had nothing. I had nothing. No sales on Mercari. And then we're going to move on to Etsy. Yeah, again, I had nothing. Nothing on Mercari. Nothing on Etsy. I let all of my Depop listings expire. Yeah, so that was it. That was it for the month of June, and the month of July is not looking a whole lot better. So I, as you can see behind me, am getting ready for, let's hear, I'll slide over here. Oh, let me just slide over here. Yeah, let me just bust my rump. So you can see that I am getting ready for a denim show on WhatNot. I have already had a denim show on WhatNot and didn't go very well. I have since learned that WhatNot was having glitches. I would go to pin something and it would be like, sorry, it looks like you don't have any inventory or something like that. And I was like, sorry, I uploaded 40 pairs of jeans. Like I absolutely have inventory. It took me hours. It took me like 2 days to do that. Like, yes, I have inventory. And then when I was trying to like start auctions, I was having to hit start like 3 and 4 times before it would actually start the auction. But it was good practice. I ran for an hour. My dear sister and aunt stuck with me, and we all basically just were chit-chatting. You know, they were typing in the chat, and I was able to just kind of talk to myself, but talk to them in the chat. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give it one more go, and then I'll just be like throwing them in. I don't think I'm going to do this again. It was a lot. And to think about when I'm back at school, if you're new here, hi, thank you so much for joining. I'm a special education assistant and it's a very physical job. Most days I come home and I come home at about 3:45 and I'm out by 4 o'clock. I have passed out on the couch, usually with my laptop in my lap. And somewhere around 7 or 8, I'm waking up realizing, oh my gosh, I need to eat something. And that now I might as well just go to bed, you know? So I don't know how I can fit in, especially during the winter months, work and everything else I do for my reselling business and photographing and measuring and uploading for WhatNot apart, because I'm already doing that for eBay and Poshmark, to now also do that like separately for WhatNot. And it just doesn't make sense, especially when items are selling for $3 to $5. That's way too much work for $3 to $5 sale price, right? Like that's just my personal opinion. So I just decided I'm just going to do pop-ups. I'm probably not going to grow as fast as a lot of other people, and I probably won't sell as much. But if it's God's will for this to work, He will work it out. I'm not worried about that at all. So that is what I have decided to do from now on. It's just going to be random pop-ups. I may do, like, I'm planning a Christmas plush, Christmas in July, and I will be doing just like one picture of each stuffed animal to put in there, so that because it is Christmas, I want people to understand it is just plush and not like other Christmas decorations. Because I'm also learning that people don't really read the title. I was in a vintage linen show watching somebody else have a vintage linen show the other day, and somebody popped in and said, hey, do you have any signed sports cards or baseballs, footballs, anything like that. And I was thinking, did you read the title where it said vintage linens? Yeah, probably not. Probably not trading cards or baseballs or footballs. So I'm learning that people don't read, which I should already know because they don't do that on eBay either. Hey, can you send me the measurements? Sure thing. Here are screenshots of what's in the listing. Great. If you're a reseller, you totally get it. You know where I'm coming from. But anyway, that's it for the month of June. A few little thoughts on whatnot. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all on the next one. I do have some unbaggings coming up because my sister, who was just here for 4th of July, brought some more bags from my sourcing that I did last summer. So I'm going to start unbagging those. I've got 2 bags over here ready to go. So you'll see me in my dear little raccoon shirt for the next couple videos at least. And then, yeah, after that, we'll see where it goes. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Hit that like button if you've made it this far. Hit subscribe if you have not already done so. I've got tons of links down below if you want to explore my eBay store, my Poshmark closet. If you would like to register for WhatNot, you can get a $25 credit to spend anywhere on the platform. Doesn't have to just be with me. I would love it if you spent it with me, but you can spend it anywhere on the platform, $25 when you register through my referral link. And what else is down there? I can't remember. But anyway, oh, a link to my other channel, which I need to edit a video to get that out. It's too much. I have to scale back somehow. I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't figured it out yet. I keep adding things and I need to stop doing that. But anyway, thank you guys. Love y'all. Bye.